Good Monday morning. We just got a freak shower. Now the sky is pretty clear. So I got to show you something. Now I'm going to bitch about something. So my mother and sister were cleaning out my mother's basement. Well, apparently here's some putting thing my father had. You plug it in, you get it in a hole, and it spits the ball back to you. Brand new, it was never out of the box. So I took it. All right, I'm going to try to do this one-handed so that you can see. So let's see if I can actually get it in there while I film it. Nope. Went in the fake sand trap. And then it must roll around to the water trap. Let me try it closer so I can see if I can get it in there one-handed and hold the camera. Oh, look at that. Spits it right back out at you if you make it. Ain't that cool? So, got a new toy to play with over here in the shop. And try another one one-handed so I can hold the camera. Because no, I'm not going to take the time to set the camera up on the ground. Look at that, will ya? Ain't that something? A new toy. And now, as you can see, the sun is shining bright. Yeah, and I left my damn sunglasses over the house. Like I said, that was a freak little storm. But anyways, so here's something I'm going to talk about in this video, and it'll probably be the only thing in this video. GMOs. Yes, that scary three-letter word. GMO. Well, it's actually three words. Genetically modified organisms. You know, the things that are killing us. Yep. Well, like I said in the live stream the other night with Jimmy, and like I've said on this video, you get things fucking pounded into your head enough, you start to believe it. Didn't 70% of you take the out there? Yeah. Look at the studies that the lamestream media in this country doesn't want you to see, like the one done in, I think it was called Lund University in Sweden. How the the four letters of that one get into your liver and produce DNA or change DNA. You know, the big argument about, does it fuck with your DNA? Well, 70% of you weren't worried about that. But yet, and I'm not saying all of you, so don't get your panties in a bunch. How about all of you that like to eat seedless watermelon? Do you think that fucking watermelon wasn't genetically modified to not have seeds in it? Yeah, it wasn't just produced that way. You think the white pumpkin and all this shit. That fucking them fucking beans, that fucking corn. It ain't 1950, folks. But if you want to continue to believe that everything is fucking killing you, because that's what they're pounding into your heads. Because guess what? If we were still farming in today's society like our granddads did, maybe that's why they want to lower the population, because we'd be fucking starving. If y'all want to go down the roads and see, instead of this being the only farm on my road, you want to see 10 farms on this road, and they all got 50 acres with their pretty white picket fences. Of course, I don't know if they were white picket 50, 60, 70 years ago, but they're wood fences. They're one or two cows running around. Somebody's pulling in my driveway. Oh, it's my brother. So I guess I'll continue in a minute. All right. Doug's gone now. So I'll finish this video. So the whole GMO thing, I'm done with it. I'm done with the people who don't know dick about agriculture chiming in with their 2 cents about how, we're all going to die. Genetically modified is in animals, plants. Hell, they do it to people, trying to clone people. We've cloned sheep. Do you think certain breeds of dogs that are around now that were never around 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago isn't because they took different genetics, and bred them together to create those kind of dogs? But that's okay if you own one of them, because that's your pet. So, that's okay. It's just that tomato today that's different than it was 50 or 60 years ago, because we've improved it by, you know, breeding different types of potatoes, and same with corn. And, you know, the largest GMO trait in corn, like you see in my fields, is the BT. Not going to go into what that all, you know, the definitions, look it up yourself. But basically, it means it's got a gene in it to keep the bugs, the insects and shit away from it. What does that mean? That means farmers get to use less pesticides and stuff like that. You know, all the other things that are killing you. So which is it? Which do you want, you know, to make things better so that we use less shit like that? Or do you want to go back to the old days, like when the United States used to use DDT, something that's been banned here for decades, but other countries are using it. So why don't you ship your food in from other countries that don't have near the fucking regulations that we have? And when these other countries say, well, we're not going to buy the U.S., you know, genetically modified stuff anymore, good luck. You know, apparently you want to starve your fucking population. Go look up the 13 countries that have supposedly signed some agreement to basically try and do away with agriculture. Yeah, our good climate czar there, John Kerry, he's the one that represents the U.S. on this. Yep, we got to do away with agriculture because it's the biggest carbon emitter out there. You got foreign countries that want to kill hundreds of thousands of fucking cattle because that lab-grown shit's better for you. You don't think that's fucking genetically modified, you morons? I mean, holy fuck, I'm telling you. So, the shit today, I mean, they make it sound like they're out there with their syringes, squeezing some nasty shit into it so that it's gonna kill you. Yeah, but it's okay for you to eat that seedless fucking watermelon and enjoy it. I'd much rather eat seedless watermelon than have to spit the seeds out. But you don't think about that. That's called genetically modified. So I don't know what the fuck. It's who's texting me? Barb. I'm not sure why it was off, but I enabled them. All right. For some reason, the video that came out today, Monday the 31st, the comments got disabled. I figured it was probably YouTube because, you know, we know how censorship goes, but yeah, I don't know. I'm so tired of listening to the fucking people that just keep pounding and pounding and pounding. And like I said, I might piss you off with my whole, hey, 70% of you took the old because somebody told you it was great for you and it was going to save your lives. Yeah, but that wasn't technically a genetically modified thing. No, not at all. So wake the fuck up. I mean, yes, the things today that you're eating as far as like your fruits and vegetables are not the same as they were 50, 75 years ago. Things change. It's called evolution. It's called technology. Are you driving the same fucking vehicle that you were 70 years ago? No. You flying in the same planes that you were flying in 70 years ago? No. Are you doing much of the same today than what you were 70 years ago? Here's a prime example. My brother and I were just talking about it. Let me try and zoom in. You know, these wonderful light bulbs that I remember when I put these squiggly ass light bulbs in the dairy barn too when we had cows. It was an RG&E, our electric company, Rochester Gas and Electric. You know, it was an incentive to put these in because you were going to save on electricity and blah, 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 blah. Now they're banning all this shit. Yep. Now everything, I don't know, has it got to be LED? I mean, where's the fucking science behind all of it that, you know, we're told we're supposed to follow the science? Oh, these light bulbs were great, but now all of a sudden they suck. We got to have different ones. Because these ones are killing the environment. Not sure how they're killing the fucking environment, but they are. Just like your seedless watermelon's killing the fucking environment, I guess. I've had it. If y'all want to crawl in a fucking hole and hide, go crawl in a fucking hole and hide. Me, I'm going to eat what I want, drink what I want, probably end up killing myself, smoking my little cigars here. And When the good Lord wants me, he's going to take me. I'm going to worry more about the things that we need to worry about, like our government wanting to completely control us like they are. Wanting to completely control your money flow and be able to track every dime you spend. I want to worry about China and Russia and the Middle Eastern countries and all them getting together and wanting to, basically kick our ass someday because we're becoming the fucking pussy country that we are, including our military, because we're so worried about gender. Everybody's worried about hurting somebody's feelings. I'm done. I really am. And here's your one more thing. For those of you that were on the live stream on Friday, you heard me say this. For those of you that weren't, I'm going to say this. So some of you, this is going to be a repeat for you. Talking about the pounding into people's heads until they fucking believe it. There was a study done where they took these women. I don't know how many women it was. I don't know if they said it in the study or I didn't pay attention to it, but they had a makeup artist put scars on their face. And then they had these women go out to job interviews, real job interviews. And they wanted to see if there was any discrimination against these women for their looks, for having these scars. So right before the women went to go, and they put these women in front of a mirror so they could see themselves, and they were like, oh, that's just hideous. So right before they were ready to go out for their job interviews, they said, oh, we want to do a little bit of touching up on you. So they basically took the scars off, and they didn't let them see themselves again in a mirror. They just told them they were touching it up, when actually they were taking them off. Every one of these women, when they came back to be interviewed as to what they thought, during their job interviews, every one of them said they were discriminated against. They could tell by the questions the people were asking. They could tell by the facial expressions. You name it. They could tell they were being discriminated against because of the scars on their face. And then they were allowed to look in a mirror again and see that the fucking scars were gone. But because the seed was planted right here in their fucking head, they believed it. So, yeah. Like I said, pound it into people's heads. Pound it into people's head. Get this. It's the best thing for you. Yeah, well, we're slowly starting to see how that turned out, aren't we? No, we need to start using this for more than just a fucking hat rack, folks. That's what we need to do. Now I'm done.